When you think of the protectors of society, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Who's going to defend your city? Who's going to protect you? A man. That's not sexist. That's just a knee-jerk default reaction of any human being. You're looking for a man. You're not expecting a woman to come through the door dressed in a SWAT outfit. You're not expecting a woman with long hair and Kim Kardashian eyelashes to come up a ladder in a tower that's burning with fire. You always are looking at a man. Now, yes, there are women in combat. Obviously, it's not the preponderance, it's not the majority. Obviously, nowhere even near it. But there are women in combat. Probably the largest percentage of women in combat would be Israel. And that is out of a need of necessity for protection, surrounded by their enemies. There's no other country surrounded by seven nations that want to wipe them off the face of the earth all day long. So Israel gets a pass in that regard. But still, the men are the driving force for the protection of a nation, of a people, for putting out a fire, for going after criminals. Men are that driving force. And that's a good thing. They don't carry the babies. You women that want to be men, you're ridiculous. Absolutely stupid to this ridiculous philosophy of hating your womanhood out of envy for wanting to be a man. You're not. And for the most part, no man is wanting to be a woman. Besides those who are mentally ill, demonically possessed, spiritually obsessed, been indoctrinated by lies, brainwashing. But men are the protectors of the pride. The male lion is a protector of the pride. That's your role, men. And you failed because you've allowed your babies to be murdered, and historically, by women. If you look at the ancient societies, who was aborting babies? Who was eating the babies? Women. The fertility gods were based on female fertility sacrifices. That's right. And they would go out and get anything they can to either have a baby or kill a baby, sacrifice a baby. You see that in ancient tribes all around the world. The majority of child sacrifice, not human sacrifice, that would be the men. For the adult, men sacrifice. For child sacrifice, it was females, female women, and women involved in baby cannibalism. It has been since the beginning of antiquity of ancient pagan societies. And to this day, 60 million babies aborted. And it wasn't because a woman was raped. Their right to kill the baby. Females are not the protector of the children. You are, men. And you've got to protect them from the vanity of the female species and the desire to destroy their own babies. I've been involved with the pro-life movement for a very long time. I'm a survivor of an abortion attempt by the doctor and encouraged by my father. But my mother listened to the voice of God. Said, do not abort your baby. Do not let them make you abort your baby. Women have given themselves over for a very long time to the insanity. Solomon famously had to deal with 2 women with a baby because one had stolen another woman's baby because her baby died. And she was willing to watch that baby get cut in half. Since she lost her baby, she cared nothing for another child's life. Do not assume women love children. They have to basically be taught how to love their husbands and to love their own children. Sacrifice. If you have found a holy woman who's not full of vanity and will sacrifice herself for her child and will not live her life to stop having babies to protect the shape of her body and her figure, then you've got the right woman. But if you've got one who's more caught up with the size of her butt and her waistline than producing children for you, then you've got the wrong one. That is not how it works. And it's no wonder this feminist culture, which the women have allowed, this acceptance of all of our sons that came from the feminist brain. It's okay. He feels like a woman, honey. Let him be a woman. Don't be so hard on him. That's the Western society point of view. To destroy what it really means to love and what it means to correct. And now, you Christian women going to Starbucks. Christian women, you will protest a misogynist man, but you won't protest witches and Wiccans who cast spells on Donald Trump and all kinds of Christian conservatives to kill them. Charlie Kirk, women, the witches, the Wiccans, the candles, the ancient practices, spells and charms, aromas and essential oils, all by the Wiccans, the women. And yet, they are 80% of Starbucks business because it's a siren. They put the goddess right on the building, but you Christian men don't give a darn to protect your wives and educate them, and you women obviously don't care. You love it. To have an image that talks about killing your sons, you women that have sons, brothers, husbands, why would you go to a place where the very essence started by a godless Jewish man, Howard Schultz? He was not a good Jewish man. He was a godless one, hater of God. Siren. He was a CEO of Starbucks. The siren embodies who we are. The siren with her legs propped open. You know the history of the siren. Goes back to the Greeks. Everything's to the Greeks. Damn those Greeks. The Hellenistic people. Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. Drunkenness, drunkenness. Oracle, psychedelics. The Pythagoras. The pineal gland. The esoteric. Open your minds. Eat this, take this mushroom, drink this, swallow this, smoke this, inhale this. Haters of God, lovers of the underworld, the siren, lure men to kill them. Use your lust, ladies. I worked in an office where the women were talking. Someone said, why do you wear high heels? It distracts the men. It gives us power when we walk in, you hear our heels. The women admit that. The red dress, the low blouse, the perfume, especially the perfume. The hormone-driven perfumes to distract the man, to distract your young sons. Your aunts do it to your children. Yeah, the children know that certain aunt that was playing with them. You sacrifice your children. You don't guard them. You don't care. The women, the sirens, use your lust to kill the man. See, that wasn't use your lust to get pregnant by the man because you want a baby. No, use your lust to kill them. Darn these men. Because men were put over authority because you misled them. At the tree, you lured them. That's in Genesis. For you were deceived. So you can no longer in life lead a man. And you will resist being led because you will hate the curse. But you will be blessed when you submit to the order that God has put you in. But you resist. Submit yourselves to God and resist the devil and he will flee. You resist God and submit to the devil. Therefore, you're enslaved by the curse. 60 million babies aborted. Just aborted. Forget sacrifice to Molech, to the pagan gods of antiquity. Now it's the sacrifice to you as God, to your vanity. Evil, demonic and diabolical. You no longer think to care for your children. The children are in the way, particularly for your gym class. The children are in the way. Give them a phone. You're not engaged with your children. You keep them in front of a television set. You're bored. You're tired. You're exhausted. You don't understand your purpose as a mother, the most important job on this planet. But you've learned to hate it. Like boys hate being boys, and you've learned to hate being a boy. You've learned to hate being a man. You learned to hate being a follower of God. You want to blend in. You don't want to stand out, and you've destroyed every bit of your function. To be a witness for God amongst the neighbors? No. You want to blend in. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be a mother to your children, a wife to your husband. You don't want to be a protector to your family, a teacher to your son as a father, a devout husband. Everything on the outside of the world consumes the inside of your house now, rather than the inside of the house affecting the outside of the world. Every sports franchise, every college, everything that's happening politically, it's all your home resembles it. But the home isn't holy because the world is raising your home from the outside in yours. Because you've gotten lazy about being what God has called you to be. I walked with a woman on my hike. She walked with me, rather. She talked about her past life. And she very candidly said, I aborted 5 babies. I regret that. I think the babies did more than regret it. I said, well, if you repented, then the Lord has forgiven you. If you've turned from that, then the Lord has forgiven you. And now you can dedicate your life to saving those babies, other babies, to give other babies. Do you talk to women? Do you help? Do you minister to other women who did what you did to prevent them from killing babies? You killed 5, but I bet you can save a lot more than 5 with your testimony, with your actions to go out and help young girls be good wives, help them to be good mothers. Go to the abortion clinics and do what you can to stop at least 5 babies from being aborted. What you can do when you're truly converted to make up for what you did when you weren't. You feel regret, the pain and the shame of what you used to do? It's very easy. I know it's hard to accept that the Lord's forgiven you because it's in the memory of your mind and your flesh. But I'll tell you a good antidote to that is spend the rest of your life doing the opposite, helping others to do the opposite of what you did, stopping others from being the criminal that you were, the violator that you were. Do that and watch what happens to your life. You'll still feel some shame and guilt, as you should, for what you've done. But you will feel fulfilled and full of joy that you made a difference for someone else when you weren't able to make that difference for yourself. It will give you great peace of mind. We're living in a day where, as in the olden days of child sacrifice, the witches and the Wiccans and the women murderers are back. And they started where it counts the most. Their own bodies could kill the thing before it's born. Isn't that what they attempted to do? With the birth of Moses and Jesus, kill it. If you can kill it before it's born, you can kill the woman. If you can kill it after it's born, kill it before it comes of age. And that's the child sacrifice that still goes on. Children are still being killed before they come of age. If you can't get the baby in the womb, we'll get it before it comes of age, before it comes into its anointed calling in life. We need men to start taking control of their families and protecting the unborn babies. The woman can say it's her body. You can say it's my seed. Where are the men? Where are the men marching to counter the pro-choice abortion women? Where are the men to defend and speak up for the unborn child. You are the protector. These ancient religions are more emboldened because the technology to today even helps it to go further than it has ever gone. Women are no longer interested in being mothers. They're interested in being celebrities on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. They're interested in staying in front of the mirror or in the gym. They're not interested anymore in building a family. The greatest institution, the first institution ever created, the mothers, to be the mother of the world. That's a responsibility, a great calling. But you've been told to hate that and reject your calling and your function. God help us. May the Lord give strength in this war. And those of you women who are holy, may God strengthen you to resist acquiescing to this world and assimilating. You gave your life to the Lord. That wasn't some Sunday prayer, or was it? That wasn't some casual signing on a card to join a membership at a gym, or was it? The Lord who dictates your life, the Lord who's already given you your purpose and your function, the Lord, your maker, Savior of your soul. God help us. This modern world, what women have become. God help us.